Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our forum on addressing bullying in school. I am Beatrice, your moderator for today, and I'll be guiding today's discussion. Joining me are Patriscia as a school teacher, Pretty Angel as a school counselor, and Jeniffer Nicole from Bright Mind Support Malaysia NGO. We explore bullying impact, share real-life insight, and discuss prevention strategy. Let's begin by defining bullying and why it remains a critical issue. Patricia, could you start by explaining what bullying looks like in your classroom?
Bullying may take a great number of different forms in my classroom. Other students express it through bullying, teasing or calling names or pushing other students. Others do it more quietly, like excluding a person in group work, whispering behind his or her back or spreading rumors. I also observe instances of cyberbullying when the student resort to WhatsApp, Telegram, or TikTok to send unpleasant message or post humiliating pictures. As an illustration, in Malaysian schools, students are reproached by names such as gemuk, bodoh, or lembab, and this may seriously demoralize a student. Incidents of students secretly taping the classes and posting the videos to embrace their peers have also been witnessed. All these behaviors influence the classroom atmosphere since the victim develop fear to engage in the classroom, lacks concentration, and feel insecure. I attempt to notice such indicators at an early stage of my work as a teacher and establish a favorable environment in which all students will feel respected.
Thank you. Pretty Angel, could you explain the psychological effect that bullying has on students?
Thank you, Miss Beatrice. From a psychological perspective, of course, it is related to emotions. Students who are bullied will usually experience a burden of negative feelings, various negative feelings that they feel, and this will cause them to experience emotional stress and subsequently cause them to do something out of control. We can say that they will do something negative actions. Students who are bullied will usually feel worried, afraid, restless, and various other negative feelings. This will cause them to be afraid to face everyone, not daring to come to school. This situation cannot only affect their emotions but also affect their academics. Over time, they will lose self-confidence and subsequently their emotion will go to more serious level. We can say it depression. Students who are bullied will show unusual behavioral changes. It is like suddenly they become quiet. They also, those who used to be gentle and suddenly become aggressive. So it really should be addressed immediately before it's too late.
Thank you. And Jennifer Nicole, how does your organization work to combat bullying in communities?
Thank you, moderator. So, as a representative from a community-based NGO, our role is to support school, families, and students by creating a safer environment. Beyond the classroom, bullying is not just a school issue, it is a community issue that requires shared responsibility. In our organizations, we work closely with parents, neighborhood groups, and youth centers to ensure that students have access to guidance, protections, and positive role models, even outside school hours. Through awareness campaign, early intervention program, and community partnership, we aim to build a culture where every child feels seen, supported, and empowered to speak up.
All right. Let's discuss some of the challenges faced in addressing bullying. Patricia, what obstacle do you encounter in your school?
Among the most significant significant obstacles in my efforts to cope with bullying is the fact that a lot of students are not willing to report about the situation. They fear that their friends will refer to them as penipu, pengadu, or the bullying may escalate. Such students even remain quiet since they believe that no one will believe them. The other challenge includes managing parents who go on the defensive side whenever told that their child could be bullying. Parents constantly say to me in Malaysia, anak saya tak mungkin buat macam itu, and it is hard to find a solution to the problem mutually. Another place where bullying occurs is the school corridor, toilet, canteen, or in social media like WhatsApp, Instagram, and TikTok, as teacher cannot fully control it. As an illustration, incidents involving fight or teasing have been recorded by the student using video and share on the internet, which spread the situation at a greater pace and makes it more damaging. Finally, there are also students who are not aware of the severity of their behaviors. Therefore, one of the tasks is to make them empathic, respectful, and show them how their behavior can hurt others. These factors are not always easy to manage and at the same time promote fairness to all people.
I agree with what the teacher said. I will share it from the counselor's perspective. Actually, many students are sent to counselors to recover their emotions. We often face challenges where students are afraid to talk to us about their problems. Actually, these students are too afraid because maybe they think that if they tell the truth, they will be hurt more by the bullies. They also lose trust in everyone and think if they tell the truth, no one will care about them and help them. And they lack solid evidence that they're actually being bullied by someone. Evidence is also lacking because the peers who are witnesses are afraid to come forward to speak out. They have witnessed that misery of these bullying victims before their eyes, but they choose to remain silent. The peers of these victims are usually afraid. They're afraid that they will also suffer the same fate which is being bullied. Therefore, this also makes it difficult for us to know the situation faced by the victims. It is very difficult for me as a counselor to do research and help them because they are too afraid to talk about the bullying problem that they are faced. However, we still try help them and continue to give them confidence.
From the NGO perspective, we face several challenges when addressing bullying in the community. Firstly, many cases go unreported because students are afraid of retaliations or feel embarrassed to speak up. So this makes it difficult for us to identify victims early and provide timely support. Next, there is often a lack of consistent cooperation between families, school, and the community. Some parents may be unaware, in denial, or unsure how to respond, which slow down interventions and make follow-up more complicated. Other than that, limited resources are a major challenge. As an NGO, we rely heavily on volunteer and funding to run awareness campaigns, training sessions, and support service. Because of this, we are not always able to reach every school or conduct continuous program as much as we would like to. Lastly, every bullying case is unique. Some involve emotional or verbal bullying, others happen online, and some cases involve physical harm. Each type requires a different approach, and our team needs to adapt strategy depending on the situations. Despite these challenges, we continue working closely with school, counselor, and family to ensure that students receive appropriate support, protections, and guidance.
Thank you all. Moving on, prevention is key. Jennifer Nicole, what strategy have your programs found effective?
Okay, from our NGO experience, several prevention strategies have proven to be effective in reducing bullying within communities. First, we focus on early awareness education. We run workshops and community talks that teach student parents and teachers how to recognize the sign of bullying and respond before it escalates. Early understanding creates a more alert and supportive environment. Next, we implement peer support and mentoring programs. When students are trained to support one another, it builds empathy, confidence, and a sense of belonging. So this can reduce the likelihood of both bullying and isolation. Hence, we promote self-reporting channels, including anonymous hotline and reporting form. When students feel safe to speak up, interventions become faster and more effective. Lastly, we emphasize positive youth development through leadership camp, volunteering activities, and youth club. This helps students build healthy social skills, emotional resilience, and strong character. Important qualities that prevent bullying behavior from developing in the first place. Overall, our approach shows that preventations work best when school, families, and the community collaborate to create a safe and supportive culture for all students.
As a teacher, a good prevention measure I have employed in school is the establishment of a good and respectful classroom atmosphere at the beginning. My principle regarding benevolence, teamwork, and no bullying whatsoever. I also ensure that the students understand that they can approach me alone in case they are not safe. The other intervention is group activities and buddy systems to enhance stronger friendship among the students. When they feel affiliated, the risk of bullying will be lower. As an example, in most of the Malaysian schools, there is a system called buddy mentor where the more strong or confident students will be the mentors to the quiet, shy or new student in school. I also incorporate brief discussion or moments of reflection, for example, weekly class morning, as a result of which students express their emotion and discuss respect. This will assist me in detecting any form of conflict or bullying early. Through proactive instruction on how to be empathic and seeing how the students socialize, which with each other, I am able to ensure that small matters are not escalated to become big cases.
Okay. In counseling, several schools programs that we have run and will continue to run. This is so that we can continue to raise awareness for everyone. To solve these bullying issues, the entire community needs to get involved. So we have various awareness campaigns that involve school, parents, and the public. So we will run a campaign. Among the campaigns that we run is the anti-bullying campaign. This campaign has actually been done often in schools and outside of schools. We will continue to do this campaign every year with the aim of continuously raising awareness for the community. The campaign may be the same campaign, but the activities that will be carried out in the campaign will be upgraded from year to year, so that the anti-bullying campaign is very well received. The second is to implement education related to emotions and empathy. This bullying issue often involves school students by implementing education related to emotions and empathy. It can teach all students not to bully, not to be easily bullied, and to help people who are bullied. If all of this is emphasized, the issue of bullying will decrease.
Okay, thank you. Before we conclude, let's summarize key recommendation. Patriscia, your thought?
Thank you, moderator. As a teacher, the first and the major piece of advice that I will offer is to enhance cooperation between students, teachers, and parents such that bullying will be spotted and resolved at the earliest stage possible. The teachers need to be vigilant, friendly, and reliable in administering the classroom rules. Students should also be taught the lesson of respect and empathy as well as responsible behavior, not only in special program but in their daily classroom practice. At the Malaysian school level, I will propose that all schools still go on with programs such as Sekolah Selamat and Budi Bahasa dan Nilai Murni, which promotes positive character building. As an example, we can introduce such a process as a weekly reflection in which students will discuss their emotion and the problems they have. It will assist the teacher to stop bullying before its effects are severe. Lastly, I think that frequent contact with parents, for example, via WhatsApp groups or short session can be used to make sure that any case of bullying can be solved in a timely and unbiased manner. Working as one person, the school will become a safe environment to all students.
Okay, so my thought are, I will like to emphasize that to reduce the issues of bullying among students, not only one party needs to be involved. Various parties also need to play an important role. We need to have awareness all the time, not just when the bullying issue suddenly goes viral at TikTok or Facebook, and but all the times. This awareness is what can cry out about the bullying issue, because with awareness, people will act quickly to resolve it before the situation gets worse. Students will always be exposed to education. Therefore, education about empathy and respect need to be implemented early so that they are exposed to good things and can keep them away from the bullying issue. No matter as a bully or a victim, if this education is implemented, then the bullying issue can also be addressed.
So for NGO representative, our recommendations is to strengthen collaborations between school, families, and the community. Bullying cannot be solved by one party only. We need continuous awareness program, consistent communications with parents, and accessible reporting channel so students feel safe to seek help. We also encourage school to integrate character building and empathy based on activity into their environment, because preventions work best when students learn respect and kindness as part of their daily routine. So finally, long-term support is essential when school and NGO work together, and we can create a safe and more inclusive environment where every student feels protected and valued.
Thank you all for your invaluable insight. We hope this discussion will encourage action to tackle bullying effectively. To our audience, please stay aware and proactive. Goodbye for now. Thank you.